So my name is Kristi Ramirez-Knowles. How you guys doing? Good. Very good. Thank you for having me. I'm going to do my best to try and explain a little bit about real estate to you. So I'm going to go, and I'll just show you quickly an agenda. So I'm going to go over my journey, how I got to where I am right now, the importance of owning real estate, because one thing I want you guys to hopefully have as you leave is that you understand how important real estate is to you and building your wealth. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go buy the mansion in Malibu. You can always start small, but it's really important. And just so you know, 90% of millionaires come from real estate. That doesn't mean that they were realtors. That just means that they garnered their wealth from real estate. The industry, I'm gonna give you a little brief overview of the industry, stats and figures you might be interested in knowing about. Industry disruptors. Our business is changing at light speed, and it is changing so much that we have to stay ahead of it. And you guys know all these disruptors: Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com. Those are our disruptors. And I'll tell you how it's affecting our business. I'll tell you a little bit about women in real estate. I think I know a little bit about that. Difficulties in the industry. I am going to pull back the curtains and give you some real life facts about the industry. Here's my journey. So I've worked since I was 14 years old. I am actually a native Southern California. I was born and raised in Los Angeles and lived in a couple other places, but mainly this is my home. This is where I've been. I've lived in Manhattan Beach since the mid-1990s. And my career, I started like almost everybody, right? You start in retail, you start doing some kind of job like that. And based on my life, I was one of 5 kids and a single mom. So I got into real estate in 2017. Didn't really practice much until 2018 because I was PTSA president at the high school, and that's really a full-time job, an unpaid full-time job, but I still did it. And now I'm a team leader, and I'm working for an incredible brokerage called Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. My other pride and joy is my team. This is my current real estate team. So I told you I work for a large brokerage. It is a franchise brokerage. It is all over North America. And this is the team that I have right now, and we're constantly growing and building. So our team comprises of myself and OSAs, which we refer to as outside sales agents. We have our TSP, our team support person over here, Jennifer. Joseph's our videographer. So whenever we're doing events, we're always letting people know what we're doing. One thing about real estate, people need to know you and they need to trust you. So if you plan on getting in real estate, Facebook, keep it clean. Instagram, keep it clean. Snapchat, keep it clean, because people will look you up to see if there's somebody they trust and are gonna work with, okay? So these are just the numbers. I don't need to read them to you, but it's a shocking fact, and it's kind of a sad fact. I wish I knew more about real estate earlier on in my life. I would have owned much earlier. In fact, I used to live in an apartment in Manhattan Beach, and when I was leaving, there was a banker from Coldwell Banker who said, "Can you just take over the mortgage rates on this or the mortgage payments, and then it's yours?" It was in foreclosure. This was a block away from the beach. And I'm like, I kind of just started my job. I don't think I have that kind of money. Had I known, I would have taken it. I didn't know enough about real estate. And my tax guy kept telling me, buy real estate, buy real estate, buy real estate. But you get scared. I mean, isn't it intimidating to buy real estate? It's a little scary. But it's easier to buy a car that appreciates. It's easier to have a baby. You know, people do that. But real estate is not scary, shouldn't be. The one thing about real estate is that when you buy it, you lock in your payments for 30 years. So if your mortgage payment is $2,000, it stays $2,000 for 30 years until you pay it off. You could pay it off early, but rent rates go up about 5% every year, and you have no control over that. So keep in mind that your mortgage payment stays like this and rent will go like this. So it shouldn't be scary, and at the end of 2 years, 3 years, you can always sell it if you think you don't want to do it. So it's not that scary, and people think you need 20% to put down to buy a home. You don't. You need 3. You need 3% to put down on a home, and you need 2.5% for your closing costs. That's outside of escrow. That's outside of your loan. So the industry is, there's resis or residential, There's resale, which is when you own a home and you sell it, they call that resale. And there's new builds, and there's commercial. So when you are a residential real estate agent, you can do single family, multifamily homes, which is duplex, triplex, quadplex, and more units like 5+. When you are a commercial real estate agent, you can just do commercial, but you can also, as a resi, you can get your commercial license and do both. So you don't have to stop, you can do all of that. The brokerages are the people that own the franchisee. Every real estate company is a franchisee. Keller Williams, Compass, Remax, EXP, they're all a franchisee where somebody owns it, or they pay that umbrella company to own that LA Keller Williams, that Granada Hills Keller Williams, whatever it is. We are paid on commissions. I don't get paid unless I sell something. Even if I show someone 60 homes and they decide not to do anything, I just showed them 60 homes and I didn't get paid. That's the hard truth about real estate. It is hard, and I have done that. I have taken people out to lots of homes, and then life happens. They just can't do it. Something changes, and so therefore they decide, I can't buy now. Or they decide, I'm gonna move out of state, and that's okay. This is kind of the nature of the beast, and you do that. Or you get a client who, I showed them their first home, they loved it, but they're like, this can't be right. I only saw one home. There's no way I'm gonna buy my first home. I need to see lots more. So we proceeded to see another 35 homes until they went back to that first home. And we ended up winning it and getting it, but it happens. So, and I also have a client who I think I showed her 65 homes, and her criteria kept changing on me. We started in Playa del Rey, we went to El Segundo, we went to Palos Verdes. She ended up buying in Monterey Park. They change, and you have to change with them. So that's the hard truth about it, because this is a people business. Going back to your Facebook, your Snapchat, and all that stuff, this is a people business. They want to get comfortable with you, and they want to know who you are, because you're helping them make a big purchase. When you are in a brokerage, you have things called shares or splits. So that means that if I sell something to my client and I'm on a 80-20 split, 85-15 split, 90-10 split, that means of that GCI, gross commission earned, the broker takes their cut. They're taking the 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30%. In some cases 50, and that's fine. It just depends on what's going on. So that's their split, and that's how they continue to keep the brokerage going, and then you continue to sell. So all that marketing you're responsible for, and that's what you have to do, unless you're in a brokerage that actually supplies you with leads and phone calls. Not leads, but appointments, I should say. That's a better brokerage, because they can give you the yellow pages and say, make some phone calls, here's a bunch of leads. Or they can give you live connections with somebody that's interested in buying. That's a great appointment, okay? So in every transaction, there's always two sides. There should be two sides. There's a buyer side and a seller side. Now, the seller's agent or seller's representative has a fiduciary duty to that seller. The buyer's agent, if I'm representing a buyer, I have a fiduciary duty to that buyer. So where does it connect? As a seller's agent, I have to do the best job possible for that seller to get them the most amount of money. As a buyer's agent, I need to do the best job possible to get that home for them for the least amount of money. Stats and figures, okay? In 2020, because it's just the beginning of March, I don't have 2021 numbers, so I'm sharing with you 2020, but 5.64 million homes were sold in 2020. There's 3 million active real estate agents in the United States. There is over 106,000 brokerages in the United States. The average number of years a real estate agent's active is 8. There is about 65% of Americans own homes. They say you work 35 hours a week. I don't. It depends on who you are. I work 7 days a week, and I work anywhere from 12 to 14 hours a day. It's not, you know why? Because it's not my schedule, it's my client's schedule. When they want to talk to me, I'm there. When they want me to be on the phone, I'm there. I have a client who literally worked night shifts, and he would call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. She joined our brokerage, and she's already made almost $200,000 net since she's been with us, because of the way we do business. tax benefits for owning a home. If you work in your home, the square footage of what you use for your home office is tax deductible. You can write that off. There's a lot of things that you guys can do when you own a home, and your tax accountants can work with you on that. These are the disruptors. And the reason why I call them a disruptor is because they're changing our business. It used to be you needed a real estate agent to find a home. Now you go on Zillow, Redfin, and they kind of think that most real estate agents just open doors, but we don't. So there's 4 different personality types, but everybody's a mixture of at least 2. So there's a D, dominant. There's the I, influencer. They're very super chatty. There's the conscientious, they're numbers. That's your engineer, your architects, people that are black and white. There's the steadiness. The majority of Americans in the United States are an S personality, and they're slow to trust you, but once they trust you, they're very loyal. So I'm just gonna show you, these are some of the results that you guys did. You can see this person is a high I, super chatty, talks a lot. You have to keep them focused because they'll go into tangents all the time. We have to know these personalities because if we're trying to sell you and get you into a home, I need to know how to work with you. So we work with our agents to help them identify how to figure out what personality type these people are. Here's somebody that's a high C. They want to know the numbers. I just want the facts. Give it to me on paper. Show me the numbers. This is somebody else in your group. And here's another one. Woo, super high D. No fluff. Don't beat around the bush. Tell me facts and then go away. That's all I want to know. And that's a high D. So I offered this to you guys because no matter what business you go in, you're going to come across these personalities. And if you can sit across the table and talk to someone that, oh, okay, you're high D, I'm a high I, I'm going to calm down a little bit because I know how you want to be talked to. That's going to help you. The other thing I have for you is a PPF, and that's just your personal, professional, and financial goals. And I have those so you guys can have a copy. We have all our people go through this so we can help them hit their goals. Something else for you. This is just why I do real estate. This family, Carlos Mejio, it took me 1.5 years to find him a home. His budget was $380,000, which is in Los Angeles. He wanted a single family home. Hard to do. Got him in escrow, was fighting with the listing agent because she tried to cancel me numerous times illegally, had to get lawyers involved. She was screaming at me a lot. And he kind of knew a little bit about it, but I do protect him from other information. At the end of the day, I got him in a home, and he sent me a gift, $380,000, which was not a big home. And he says, and so I brought it actually, a bracelet that says, I don't sell houses, I change lives. Because that's what I believe I do by doing this job. I'm helping people build their wealth. I'm helping the families. I'm helping people make a difference for themselves and generational wealth. Yeah, remember that chip on my shoulder? That's what I do.
You guys, give a round of applause for this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We actually have a real estate expo that you guys can come to if you want. It's free. It's in Anaheim. And if you're interested, you have my business cards. I can send you all the information. Yeah. You're welcome to come, and you'll get to see vendors and just kind of talk to a lot more agents and see what we do. So you're welcome to do that. Yeah, and you have my card. If you guys have any questions about real estate, I'm happy to help. I love the fact that you guys are interested. Bottom line, even if you don't become a real estate agent, invest in real estate. You see how it's going to benefit you. Get your parents to invest for you. Do something, but don't wait and don't be like 1 out of 3 Americans that don't own anything and don't have a retirement. This is truly your retirement if you own property. So, all right, thank you. All right, thanks guys.